What is good, everybody? My name is Aaron.
It's Brian.
And this is the Courtside View podcast, and this is episode 16. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling, man?
It's a great summer day. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it ain't. It's raining out there. It's like 70 degrees.
Hey, it's good.
That's my weather. That's
what I'm saying. Like
weather,
77 degrees outside. Sometimes it's good to have a rainy day.
Yeah.
Keeps the feeling all calm and everything. You know what I'm saying? Really chill and stuff. So sometimes these are really good days. But anywho, a lot of things have transpired, like always, when it comes to NBA, especially during the summertime. You have Summer League, Kevin Durant trade, that update, Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, which we will talk later on, and then et cetera, et cetera. But I want to start with Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Just the updates in terms of the trade requesting and all that other stuff, and there hasn't been any traction. It's been very stagnant.
Like I said, you thought they was gonna get the deal done on the 4th. I'm like, no, no.
Yeah. See, here's the thing with the Nets, because the Nets, they're being a little stubborn. The report with the Minnesota Timberwolves now, that can be a little bit fabricated.
They say the Timberwolves in play?
No, I'm saying, remember there was a report where, I don't know if you saw it, but they wanted like Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns.
I heard nothing like that.
It might have been, I think it was multiple first-round picks, whatever. Yeah, it was outrageous. I was like, people were like, what are they thinking? Who do they think a 34 Kevin Durant is? Jesus? Like, seriously. So
they gotta bite the bullet.
The thing with the Nets, man, they need to realize that if they want another star player, if they want a star player in the deal, they're going to have to put Ben Simmons in the 3-team deal, because Ben Simmons' contract is a rookie extension, I believe it is. And with the rookie extension, you can't have another guy that was on a rookie extension. That's why they're not able to trade for a Bam Adebayo. So in order for them to like really get what they want, 90 cents on a dollar. See, they trying to get 99 cents on a dollar. That's not going to happen. I don't know why Sean Marks thinks that you're going to be able to get equal value or close to equal value. No, you're not. The only way you're going to even be able to get close to your value if you put Ben Simmons in the trade. And even if you put Ben Simmons in the trade, it's going to, people say that, hey, he could be damaged goods because of what happened, the whole mental health thing, which we respect, but still, he sat out the entire season because the mental health excuse and then back surgery as well. So we don't know if he's still motivated to play basketball, if he wants to play basketball. So that, you could have an excuse right there. But just how do you feel about the whole situation with the Nets and Kevin Durant right now?
This is a drawn-out process, you know what I'm saying? And I think the Nets, they're just trying to play hardball. I mean, it's Kevin Durant. They invested so much into KD and Kyrie. They want restitution if they gonna get rid of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, at some point they gotta get realistic. Kevin Durant's 34. He probably got 4 or 5, if 5 years.
Injury prone too, bro.
Yeah.
Like people need to understand that. Yeah, Kevin Durant's top 2 guy, but he's injury prone. 34 years old. They just lost in the first round. He's not a leader, as we already know, especially with Kyrie Irving and everything like that. So Nets needs to be realistic. They need to be realistic.
And if they're going to honor his wishes and send him to where he wants to go, you going to have to bite the bullet and take a lesser package in order to offload KD. So I'm not understanding what their thought process is.
Yeah, and saying, I saw a report
they're just playing hardball,
saying that, they're not going to trade Ben Simmons. I just think that's sacrilegious.
I didn't even see them say that, but if so,
yeah, I saw a report.
Crazy.
That's just sacrilegious, because Ben Simmons, why does he deserve any sort of protection? So yeah, I just don't understand that. But Kyrie Irving, they also playing hardball with Kyrie Irving. When
they're not getting rid of Kyrie until KD leaves. Traded.
Well, according to Woj, he said that there is a possibility that they'll trade Kyrie before KD. How realistic that will be remains to be seen. But it seems like the Lakers and Nets. It's a game of, what is it? A game of cat and mouse. I was about to say that, cat and mouse, and the Nets are trying to bait the Lakers to give up more than what they need to, because literally the only team that is really interested in trading for Kyrie Irving is the Lakers, and so the Lakers, Rob Pelinka, he's actually doing a good job, what he's supposed to do. And all of these Laker fans are complaining, like, just give up what you have to get Kyrie. And I'm like, so the one time Rob Pelinka actually does his job, y'all want to complain. We're literally outbidding ourselves. There's no other team that's interested in trading assets for a guy that is damaged goods because of everything that has transpired the last year. So why would the Lakers give up 2 first-round picks for Kyrie Irving when obviously his value has diminished? It makes no sense.
I seen a lot of Lakers fans, they want to throw in the 25 and 27 first round pick.
It was 27, 29.
20.
2027, 2029. Yeah, and I'm like, why would you do that? Because those picks could be very valuable down the road, considering just the age for LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, they're injury prone and all the other stuff. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, you guys have to understand that draft picks aren't just used to just draft players. They're used to trade for players. And the reason why the Lakers were able to get Anthony Davis wasn't because of just having Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and Josh Hart. It's because they had the number 4th pick as well. So, why? I'm only giving the Nets 1 pick. And that's being generous, honestly, because of Kyrie Irving and what he's done to the Nets and how diminished his value has become. And there's only one team that's bidding for them. It's the Lakers. No other team.
I mean, at the end of the day, how bad do you want them? Shoot. Maybe the Nets are like, you know what, we'll sit here and wait. We'll wait until the trade deadline for y'all to get desperate and just give us some.
But if Kyrie Irving is saying, I want to go to the Lakers, and that's the only team I want to go to, and we already know how much of a head case Kyrie Irving can be, how stubborn he can be at times, I don't know if any team wants to take that risk.
No, I'm talking about Joe Tsai and Sean Marks is probably like, the Lakers the only one that wants him. We're going to see how bad they want him.
Okay, but then they're going to lose value for him. They're going to lose value because if you wait until the trade deadline, his value is going to diminish even more. The Lakers probably won't even give them a first-round pick at that point, especially since Russ's contract is 1 year. He only has 1 year on his deal. They might say, you know what, forget it. Matter of fact,
you think LeBron is willing to eat another year of no playoff success?
Matter of fact, the Lakers already have a second team that they might go. They might just say, all right, you know, if y'all guys not going to give us Kyrie Irving, we'll just go to Indiana and try to get Buddy Hield and maybe Miles Turner. No, I'm dead serious because there was a report out there that said that the Lakers are talking to Indiana as well, so in case the Kyrie Irving trade doesn't fall through.
That's just leverage.
No, I mean it's been in the works for a minute now. It's been in the works for a couple months now.
They want Kyrie.
They do, but
they believe he's the piece, which he isn't. But
I mean, yeah, I mean you can feel that way, but I already said that.
I hope the Lakers get Kyrie. So I can boost their head up and like, yeah, Lakers to the finals. And then when they lose, I'm gonna be like, wow, dang. Can't believe it.
Laker hater, LeBron hater, we already know. But you think Buddy Hield and Miles Turner doesn't move the needle?
I mean, sure.
Because that's what the Lakers are trying to get.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually like that better than Kyrie Irving.
Oh, brother.
I really do because Miles Turner, his defensive presence, he's also a young player as well. He can shoot the basketball. He's a stretch big as well. He can play defense, like I said. And I don't know how healthy he's been in the past few years, but I know that he's a young player and he can do a lot of different things. And we already know Buddy Hield. He's a shooter. He could drop 20. He could drop 30.
When he wants to.
Yeah, he could drop. Especially now you have LeBron James. You'll get a lot of open shots. He'll definitely contribute a lot for the Lakers as well. So that will be, and then chemistry-wise, they'll be really good with LeBron and Anthony Davis because of their shooting ability and Miles Turner's defensive prowess. I would really welcome them. But yeah, Kyrie Irving, Nets, y'all are bugging. Just get the deal done. You guys have no leverage. Take Russell Westbrook. Take that first-round pick because no other team is going to give you a first-round pick for Kyrie Irving.
This is ridiculous, man. I'm sick of that organization.
You sick of the Lakers?
Yes. Because
What
y'all
we
do all the wrong stuff and still end up in positions to succeed.
Hey, man.
Like, abolish LA sports. All of them.
Hey, man, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just how life works. That's just how the world works, man. Sometimes, the people.
LA sports fans love running from the grind.
We love running from the grind.
Yeah.
Did you not see in the 90s what happened with the Lakers?
That's different.
What you mean that's different? We had to grind ourselves. We had to work ourselves up to eventually get to a championship level. It wasn't just, we got this guy. Sure, we got Shaq eventually, but before then, we had to build from the ground up. We had to draft a Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, a Vlade Divac, you know what I'm saying, and build from the ground zero. And eventually, you draft Kobe, he had to develop, and then you get Shaq in free agency, and then all of a sudden, you lose in the second round, you lose in the Western Conference Finals, get swept by the Spurs, I believe it was, and then boom, 2000 come around, you get Phil Jackson, and everything comes full circle, and you win a chip. So we've done it before.
I'm sick of it.
Okay, hey. Well, you're a Wizards fan, so I understand your gripe towards LA sports, and you're a Nats fan. So it's not.
Hold on, my team won in the past 4 years.
I'm a Nats fan too, by the way. So I'm not just speaking on his behalf. I'm speaking on my behalf as well. So, but yeah, the Nats and the Wizards. It's been a lot of pain. It's been a lot of pain for Washington sports fans. I could say that. Yeah, are the Mystics even good?
They're all right.
They're
good when Ella plays.
Yeah.
But when she's not playing, they're not very.
Yeah, they won a chip not too long ago.
They won the same year the Capitals won.
And then they went twice, right? And like they went twice before. They lost to, didn't they lose to Seattle one year, and they won, I forgot who they beat. I don't know. But they were good. They were good. One of the few teams in Washington actually won a chip, and the Nats. But right now, the Washington sports scene is just terrible. But speaking of Washington, let's talk about the elephant in the room, The Washington Wizards, they just did one of the worst things you could do. Sign a player to a max contract. One of the worst contracts in the league as we speak, and they just gave him that money. Bradley Beal signed, was it 5 years? 5 years, $251. That's $251 million to be exact. And Bradley Beal, we know he's
no trade kicker and
15%.
No trade clause, by the way.
15%. I think it was a 15%. If they trade him, it's like 15% trade kick or something like that. That is horrendous. There's no argument to be made. That's the worst contract in the NBA, and the Washington Wizards just did it. All right, you know what? I'm gonna give you the reins. How did you feel about it?
How did I feel? I feel disappointment. I feel shame. I feel like my time is being wasted. And because it's just a cycle. It's just it just keeps happening. It keeps bad contract after bad contract after bad contract, trying to be the bare minimum instead of making the sacrifice to be great. They're just not. They just don't want to do it. And they probably thinking, we want to fill up seats. Bradley Beal ain't filling up seats, man. Who at what? If there's a Wizards fan out here, let me know. Do you show up to Capital One Arena and be like, let me see Bradley Beal? No. The people show up to see the other players on the other team play. I went to 3 games last year. Well, this past season. One of them was in the early season against the Bucks. The Wizards fans showed out, and we won that game. The second game was against the Bulls on New Year's. I've never seen so many Chicago fans in my life. I was like, what they doing over here? And then I went to see, towards the end of the season, we went and played the Knicks. And I was like, where did these New York people come from? I thought this was a DC team. So, no, the Bradley Beal does not move the needle. The fans already don't want to show up to the games because we were 26th in the league in attendance. So, letting Bradley Beal go off and do his own thing, we are dropping 26 to 30 ain't that big of a gap. I don't understand what is really going on out here. I can't take this anymore.
Oh, really? Ooh. Hey,
it's getting this.
Don't you have an announcement? Don't you have an announcement to make?
Yes, it is the decision, courtside view version. After consideration, deep consideration, looking at the history, looking at the ownership, the front office, even the talent on the court, I will not be primarily rooting for this team in the 2022-23 season. I will be rooting for the best in the league and the Milwaukee Bucks primarily for the 2022-23. Listen, we gotta take a stand against this because this is unacceptable. The Wizards fan, we need to boycott this franchise. Do not show up at the games. Don't buy the jerseys. Don't tune into the game. We need to hit them where it hurts, and it's the pockets because that's the only thing they care about apparently. So, Wizards fan, if you really want to see some change, we have to take a stand.
I mean, they kind of already did that with the 26 in attendance. I mean,
it's just bad, man. I can't root for this team primarily. I can't do it.
You know who's to blame?
I always have love for them, but I can't just get up and be like, yeah, man, I can't wait to see Wizards.
You know who's to blame for this?
Who?
Gilbert Arenas. You know why?
Why you say that?
You know why? Think about it. John Wall and Gilbert Arenas played 1 year together, right? So John Wall learned from Gilbert Arenas, and then all of a sudden John Wall, we already know with that bad contract, even though he did play well, but in hindsight, it is a bad contract. He barely played. And then Bradley Beal learned from John Wall. It was like, okay, I'm gonna take what you did, and I'm gonna get the bag as well. You can't blame Bradley Beal at the end of the day because
I don't blame Brad for taking the money,
but taking the money instead of wanting to win, right? And so, Gilbert Arenas, John Wall, Bradley Beal. You see a pattern. You see a pattern. And the owner, obviously the owner as well. He's definitely to blame for it. It's a continuous pattern. And it makes no sense why you would give all of these, why you would cater to Bradley Beal like this. Bradley Beal, he's a nice player. He's a all-star level player. But in a championship team, would he be even a number 2? He's probably a number 3.
Let me think. On the Celtics, he'd be the 3.
Exactly.
On the Bucks, he'd be the 3.
Exactly.
On the Warriors, he'd be...
Well, Klay Thompson, he's coming back from injury, so he'd probably be a 2. Yeah. But then this coming year, he'd be the 3.
On
for
that
sure.
Lakers team, he'd be a 3.
Yeah, for sure.
On the Suns, he'd be the 2 because Devin Booker's number 1.
Nah, he'd be the 3.
Over who?
And when you're talking about like a scoring option wise, then yeah, he'd be the 2. He'd be the 2.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the priority, I go Book, Chris, then Beal.
That's interesting.
So yeah, he'd be the 3.
Yeah, so I don't understand. It doesn't move the needle. Like I don't. Then you draft a shooting guard that doesn't play point guard at 10. So what are they really doing exactly?
What's the GM cooking up?
What was he cooking?
What was he cooking? The Thanos meme? Yeah, I don't know, man. Y'all are just stuck in
it's purgatory. That's what
it pretty much. That's pretty much it. You need to send y'all need to send the GM and the owner in the shadow realm, like they did in Thor: Love and Thunder. And he sent his ass over there in the shadow realm because right now they just looking real awful from the top. They looking like the Washington Commanders, just making bad decisions.
The Commanders got more upside than the Wizards.
That is, they have made some moves. So yeah, I agree on that one.
And people try to fight back on when Wizards fans say we are probably in the worst situation in the league. I mean, like, look at people say the Kings got it worse. At least the Kings have Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox.
And they drafted Davion Mitchell and Keegan Murray.
Exactly. Like, outside of Bradley Beal, who the Wizards got? Porzingis, ooh, yay. Like, come on, son. Like, I literally can't see a single team that's in a worse spot than we are.
True. Kyle Kuzma.
Like, every team in the East can be better than this Wizards team.
Yeah, they're just stuck in an abyss.
It blows my mind that the stuff that they get away with in that front office.
So can we just end?
And then the Wizards media, I'm calling y'all out because y'all afraid. Y'all are afraid to be silenced, and y'all are afraid to speak the real of what's going on. I seen a few, like the Bullets Forever. They kept it real, you know what I'm saying? But everybody else, it's like y'all scared. It's like y'all like, oh, I don't want Big Ted to get me. Man, forget all that, bro. He is out there. This is malpractice of running the organization. It's unacceptable.
Another player that signed an extension was Damian Lillard. Can we just before I get to Damian Lillard, can we stop the free Bradley Beal thing? The whole hashtag free Bradley Beal, free Dame. Like,
he ain't getting no more sympathy.
They don't care, man. They don't care about winning for real. For real, they like, hey, that money, let's get the bag. That winning thing could come later on. Let's get this bag, and I don't blame them. Shit, generational wealth, why not? But all this free Dame, free Bill, let's cut it out.
They made their bed and they're laying in it. They gotta lay in it.
Yep. So yeah, we gonna be clowning y'all. It's not gonna be no sympathy from me. You know, so yeah, Damian Lillard, he signed a 2-year extension with the I think did he get a Supermax like a few years ago? Or whatever it was, he signed a big contract with Portland. So he had like 2 years, $120 million. Whew, that's a lot for 2 years.
$60 million a year.
Jesus Christ. But like, yeah, Damian Lillard, I'm looking at the roster, I'm looking at the moves that Portland made, and I'm like, do you really want to stay here? Like, they just taking advantage of you, bro, because they know that you're gonna be here. And he's like, I'm not running from the grind. You know, I think we could win a chip in Portland. The same thing Bradley Beal said, and they just capping. Like, it's just
they playing in our face, man.
Really, they just spitting in your face.
They real life playing in our face. They just let's hope the gullible fans eat this up.
Right. So, yeah, Dame and Bradley Beal, they just spit in our face, and they think that we're gonna take it. We just gonna take the bait. Please. So I'm glad that you finally came to your senses and you're like, enough is enough. I gotta switch teams. The same exact thing I did with the Washington Commanders because I got sick and tired. It's ironic that the team that you decided to switch teams with would be a Wisconsin team. The same thing I did. I went from the Commanders, a Washington DC team, to a Wisconsin team in Green Bay, and you went from the Wizards to a Wisconsin team in the Milwaukee Bucks.
Funny.
How ironic is that?
See, it's funny because you said Aaron Rodgers your favorite player, but Giannis is my favorite player. So yeah, so I pretty much because in the East, my favorite teams went from the Wizards to the Bucks, and then I just swapped it pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm not mad at it. I'm dealt with a lot of.
I'm not taking the abuse anymore.
Yeah, you dealt with a lot of pain, a lot of misery, a lot of torment. So I try to tell Commanders fans all the time.
Listen, sometimes when you're in a situation and the other person just doesn't care to change or do better, even though they say they will, you just gotta leave.
I try to tell people all the time, man. It's okay to leave your team. I get it. You want to be loyal. Knicks fans, Jets fans. Giants, they won Super Bowl, so there's no excuse. But Jets fans, Knicks fans, like, it's okay to leave. It's okay. I get it. You were born, you know, it's tradition and all this other stuff. But do you really think that this is going to work out in your favor? So just leave. Just do what I did. But people going to just bash me and say, oh, you bandwagon and all that. But I have a great excuse, and he has a great excuse as well. When you've suffered for 10 years of mediocrity, I think it's okay to just leave, you know, to take a stand.
Or at least put the team on a back burner.
Yep.
And just root for, you know, a team or a player that you think is, you know,
making the right moves, making them right. Because, you know, the Commanders, I feel indifferent about what they're doing, the W's and the losses, because I already expect the expected, you know. So I feel like, is that how you feel right now with the Wizards? You just like, if they win, if they lose, I really don't give a damn.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still watch every now and then, but I'm not like actively rooting for them.
You don't have your heart in it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I got you.
I'm not about to be set up for disappointment.
Well, so I want to transition. I want to talk about the summer league, because it's happening right now, and they're in Las Vegas, and it's so crazy. Like, the summer league is starting to get to a point where it's almost like All-Star Weekend in a sense. There's so many people there, and there's a few people that I know that went there. They're doing work over there and stuff, and they got to meet some of the NBA players, got to meet some of the celebrities, and I'm kind of bummed out. I was like, damn, they living a life. You know what I'm saying? But
we on our way.
We on our way. Eventually, it's a marathon, not a race. It's gonna take a little bit longer, but we'll be there soon one day. Damn it, we'll let you guys know. But a lot of things have happened. Paolo Banchero, Jabari Smith, that matchup. I think it happened like a couple of days ago. And just how did you feel about that game?
Honestly, I didn't watch the game.
Did you see the highlights at least? Or
I seen.
Okay. Yeah.
Paolo, of course, he is what I thought he was going to be. I knew he was going to be a hooper. Jabari Smith, he was kind of, you think for a guy that was projected to go number one, and he comes out first game, it could be first game jitters, I'm not going to put too much stock on it like how some people put too much stock on that Chet Holmgren performance. But
we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah. I mean, these rooks at the end of the day, Summer League is just like, it's kind of like, I'm not going to say like, it's kind of like preliminaries, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a feel out phase, just so the rookies get accustomed to schedules and,
minutes.
And minutes,
conditioning and all that stuff.
Meeting up for practices and all that before the regular season starts. So I'm not going to put too much stock into Summer League as far as how the players perform. Obviously, the players who overachieve, honestly, you can put some stock into that. But, Kyle Kuzma, he was the Summer League MVP, and you know what I'm saying?
He's okay. He's all right.
He's not the guy that people thought. He's not the all-star people thought he was going to be.
Yeah. It's almost like, it's like the preseason before the preseason. That's what the Summer League kind of remind me of. Like, how the NFL, they had a little preseason, and they don't really play the starters. And when they do play the starter, they'll play like a rookie,
series or two.
They'll play like the first round pick, whatever, and they might not play with all the starters, whatever. So that's really what it is to me. The preseason before the preseason, you sort of, they're not really showing their hand, of course, because it's not the head coaches, it's the assistant coaches. So, Paolo, I really like Paolo. I like his mindset. One of the question marks with Paolo is sort of his motor during the game. I think, does he have that killer instinct is really the question mark. Can he take a game over? But he's very skilled. I like he's able to shoot the ball. He's able to create his own shot. I think he does need to get better when it comes to his handling. If he gets his handles sort of taken care of, then he'll definitely be scary when it comes to being a 3-level scorer. So I like his intangibles. I like in his interviews, he says all the right things. He doesn't seem like a guy that'll be a distraction to the team. So, yeah, I really like Paolo. Jabari, on the other end, he has a lot to work on, especially. But he can shoot the basketball. Can he create his own shot? Remains to be seen. They say he's a really good defender as well. Remains to be seen as well. We'll see how it is in the NBA, because a lot of times in college, you'll have guys that are really good defenders, but they come to the NBA and all of a sudden they forgot to play defense. Russell Westbrook. But we're not going to talk about Russell Westbrook. Chet Holmgren. Let's talk about that. The first game for Chet Holmgren, he went crazy. Like, he dropped like 23 points, set a record in blocks. He had like 6 blocks. Yep. But then the second game came around, and this guy by the name of Kenny Lofton Jr. was just straight destroying this man. Made him look like a little boy out there. And
I said once he played against a real big, we need to see how that turned out, and we've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. And Kenny Lofton Jr., I think he might have been a second round or even undrafted coming out of college. So just imagine Chet Holmgren plays against actual NBA players and what they're going to do to him. It's going to be nasty. And that guy's undrafted second round pick. So Chet Holmgren has a lot to work on for sure. First of all, he needs to get in the gym. Like, he needs to put on some weight.
Does his body even allow for muscle to be put on?
I think so, because I think you look at Brandon Ingram, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think those are the sort of body types that are familiar, because Brandon Ingram coming out of college, the dude,
he was a stick.
I was watching him in Duke games. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? This does not look right. He doesn't look healthy. He doesn't look good. Like, it's like a middle schooler playing in college, and eventually he gained weight, and now he has an NBA prototypical body, for his size and everything. Kevin Durant as well. That's sort of that build, very skinny. But I think what it comes down to Chet Holmgren is his mentality. Does he have the mentality to be great? He has the confidence.
Yeah.
He's very confident about that himself. Very delusional, which is okay. You could be delusional as well, but he has the confidence. But do you have the mentality? Right? Michael Beasley, he had a lot of confidence, but he had that mentality. He was very talented, but he had the mentality to be one of the greats. So can Chet Holmgren, will he get in the gym? Will he try to gain muscle mass, try to put on some weight so he can eventually put a lot of the talent into his skill, right? Get better defensively, get better offensively, because you see the talent. You see the skill set. The 23 points, the 6 blocks wasn't an accident. But when he plays against NBA level talent, can he sort of do the same thing? Or was that just an anomaly? So how do you feel about Chet Holmgren?
He'll be all right.
He'll be all right?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
You think that he has the mentality that he wants to be great?
I think so. I don't see what showed that he doesn't have the mentality. So
yeah,
I think all of these rooks want to be like good, like they want to be great. But obviously that's not all of them can't be great. But I think all of them have decent mentality, especially like the upper, like the 1s through 10s. I think they can. I think they got a nice mentality.
Mm-hmm. It's just,
they don't have defeatist mentality or anything. I
think it's very something like that. It's very hard to gauge.
Yeah,
because you look at guys like was Andrew Wiggins and Jabari Parker. You think they're gonna be great, whatever. They're gonna be the next Carmelo, the next Kobe, like some analysts were saying. But then obviously they didn't turn out to be that way.
Andrew Wiggins was drafted first, right?
Yep, he was drafted first.
When was the last time a first overall pick won a ring outside of Andrew Wiggins?
That's a good point.
LeBron?
Yeah, that pretty much LeBron. Because what was it? Cade Cunningham was the first pick the year before. This year, obviously, Paolo. 2020, it was I can't remember who was the first pick in 2020. Yeah, I don't know.
Wasn't it Zion?
Yeah, no. The Melo was 2020.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
So that had
it was
Ant. Ant 19 was my memory's terrible with these drafts.
Yeah, wasn't 19 the Ja and Zion class?
I think so, yeah. 19 was Ja, Zion, and then 18 was Trey, Luka, 17 was 17 was it Ball? Was it Ball? Was it Markel, Tatum? Whatever. Regardless, I think LeBron was probably the last number 1 pick to win and Kyrie Irving.
Oh yeah.
No, but that was 2016. But yeah, LeBron was the last, and Anthony Davis.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So it's more common than
Anthony Davis and LeBron. So yeah, that was what happened. But who else? Jaden Ivey. Did you see highlights? Did you see a little bit of footage on him? Because he was balling. Him and Jalen Durant.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks really good out there. I like Pistons' future. Jaden Ivey, he's, like I say, he's a very explosive guard. I think he might be 6'4". He looks very tall for his size, for his position. So
they'll be good.
Yeah, and then you
have what I'm seeing.
And then you had the guy.
I keep getting him, Jaden Ivey, and the dude that the Mavs
drafted
confused.
I was just about to tell you. Was it Jaden? I forgot his last name, but yeah, he could hoop.
Yeah,
that dude. I saw the highlights from him too.
He had 20, I think.
Yeah. Jalen Brunson, who? Seriously, they got rid of Jalen Brunson. Well, they didn't get rid of him, but he left. But Hey, he's a good replacement. Duke, and he looks like a 3-level scorer. He can create his own shot, explosive. Dude is really good. So I like the Mavs pick. It seems like nowadays, like the talent level for the guard position is just through the roof in just recent years because a lot of these guards, especially the guy from Indiana, I forgot his name, like Benedict something from Indiana, he's a really good shooter and he was scoring as well and he's very athletic. I think he was like the 8th pick in the draft. Yeah, there's just so many good guards coming out of this draft nowadays. For me personally though, if I was a GM, I would just go, you can't say, I would go wings and like big men for me. You can never have too many wings. You can never have too many big men. That's just how I feel because the guard position, yeah, it's definitely up there, but I think wings and like really good big men are just so valuable nowadays, especially when it comes to the
unless your wing lets you down in the finals. I ain't gonna say no names though.
Oh man, because of the 5-out offense and just the ability to guard 1 through 5. If you have a center that can guard 1 through 5, or that can guard, a multiple positions like a Kevon Looney, and you have a wing that can do a lot of different things. You know, they can shoot, they can play defense. Andrew Wiggins, you have those guys, like it's very valuable, very valuable. So you can never have too many wings and big men. I'll just say that. But yeah, overall summer league, it looks very entertaining. I really enjoy just everything that's happened. I wish I was there. One day I will be there. I promise you, one day I will be there because I already know just the festivities and everything. But yeah, summer league has been very entertaining. My next question to you would be, what does the NBA need to do to like increase their viewership?
Before we get off
All right,
the
yeah,
summer
yeah,
league
yeah.
talk,
Go ahead.
I want to bring up because Richard Jefferson.
Oh yeah.
He went on. Was it ESPN?
Yeah, it was
ESPN.
it was NBA Today.
Yeah, NBA. And he was talking about how rookies, shouldn't, a lot of these rookies shouldn't be sitting out of summer league games
And second years.
because they're not good enough. And I think I think he's pretty nailed on the head. Hit the nail on the head on that one because players like, why is Jalen Suggs? I think Jalen Suggs might be injured, but if he's not, there's no reason he should be sitting out.
Mm-hmm.
And like the Mavs, I think it's Josh Green. Like, what has he shown to show that he can't play in the summer league?
Right.
So I think like these players, a lot of these franchises and orgs need to be like, look, you're playing, because you haven't shown nothing. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule. Like you'd sound crazy telling Cade or Jalen Green or any of those guys that they should be in the summer league. But obviously, the guys like Corey Kispert, like he's playing in the summer league. Someone like
Josh Giddey's playing the summer league.
Summer league. I was kind of questionable. I was like, should he really be? But I was like, I guess maybe just get a little reps, a few games. Maybe shouldn't be a full participant.
Yeah. He also mentioned that even also Jalen Green should play as well because because he brought up the fact that I think it was the beginning and the middle of the year he wasn't really going crazy. Like he only started like really doing stuff in the beginning
towards the end
of the year, and like it also will help the other players as well, build chemistry, getting to know the players that are coming in your team, especially since you're a young team. So just taking advantage of that and trying to help them go through the ropes. You know what I'm saying? So I like what he's saying. I agree with everything
I don't agree about the Jalen Green.
I think playing a little bit of games, trying to support your players, getting them.
Be real. Jalen Green is averaging 30 on them summer league dudes.
Okay, I mean he could play like 2-3 games.
That'd be a waste of time in my opinion.
I'm just saying, he could help his teammates.
True.
Yeah, because he's been there before, teaching them the ways. I just think it would be
the funniest summer league moment though was THT pulling up to the summer league game last year like he shouldn't be on the court. That was hilarious.
Made no sense. That made no sense. And
that was he pulled up like he was a 5-year vet or something.
I should have known right there that he was gonna fold with us. He's gonna fold on the team and not produce.
He really thought he was him. He was like, I don't need to be. I'm about to pull up like I'm the varsity athlete at the JV game. Like, no, sir, you should have been on the court.
Yeah, that championship ring got to his head because immediately afterwards he didn't do nothing for us. Like he was just a big disappointment. Rob Pelinka traded away Alex Caruso to keep THT, and I'll never forgive him for that. But yeah, THC that was just ridiculous. But I agree with Richard Jefferson's point. These guys, man, like Chet Holmgren, he sat out he played 2 games and he sat out the third game. I'm like, dude,
he did?
Yeah, man.
Was it injury concern or what?
I don't know what it was, but I was like, bro, this is the summer league. Like, what are we doing here? He had one nice game, and then the second game he was getting cooked. Dude needs to develop. He needs to get reps. That's why I like the NFL, because the NFL with their rookies, they don't just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna just sit them out the entire game. Like, no, they actually get their rookies reps. They continuously put them in the game so they can get their feet wet.
I know last year, the Cowboys, they told Micah, you said you're not getting back in the game, and he was heated.
Yeah, you don't even have to play them the entire game.
That's dog mentality.
You don't even have to play them the entire game. Just give him reps. Just get his feet weight conditioning together, because those are valuable minutes, man. Because when you're going to the NBA game, the actual games, you don't want to be rusty. You want to make sure that your player is ready to go. And so I just don't understand some of these organizations. I get it. You want to protect your product. You want to protect the player. Make sure that they're healthy going in the season. But a lot of times that doesn't even work. You see a lot of these young players, they hurt.
Yep.
Like Cade Cunningham.
Shadon Sharp just got hurt.
Yeah, like Cade Cunningham, he was hurt in the year. LaMelo Ball sometimes. All these players are hurt. And I'm just like, just play them. They're young. They're like 20 years old, 21 years old. Oh, their body hasn't fully developed.
We're older than some of them draft picks.
Right. Like, oh, their body hasn't developed yet. Then why? Then tell the NBA to make it like the NFL and wait until like 3-4 years. If that's your argument, why even draft them? So just play the young players. Yeah, I want to transition to what can the NBA do to increase their viewership to where it is now?
Because it's been falling.
I wouldn't say it's. Is it falling? I don't know. I feel like it's like sort of staying in the same place. Like, it's not increasing, it's not decreasing. It has decreased in previous years.
What they need to do is stop putting these certain markets in a hierarchy over other markets. They don't promote teams properly. Every time, look through all the media, it's the same 4 or 5 teams being discussed. Every time you turn on the TV, like, it's the media's fault.
The thing with the NBA is so interesting, because you have things like the summer league, the NBA draft, free agency, and all that. Like, they dominate the summer. They dominate from like May to July, right? And they're still not able to get the viewership that you would think that they could get. But the NFL, on the other hand, when they have the NFL draft, when they have all these festivities, the Super Bowl and all this other stuff, they
blow them out the water.
Yeah, the engagement with the fans and all that other stuff is just dominating. Like the NFL, like the Super Bowl, you already know they're getting at least 50 million viewers.
Because the NFL season is shorter, there's less games, so the fans want to be locked in so they don't really miss anything. But as opposed to the NBA, they got 82 games. All these playoff games, so fans, but okay, I can miss this, ain't really much going on. I can miss this playoff game because it's probably going to be 3, 4, 5 more, so that's probably what goes on. So I think they could increase viewership by shortening the season.
I heard that before. I've heard that before. It's a matter of economics, obviously, and money.
Deals, and all that.
So that's going to be.
They want the brand deal money.
Right. Yeah, ESPN and TNT, that whole thing. But marketability, that's the number one thing. Being able to market people besides LeBron.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Giannis is like the best player in the league, but if you watch the media, you wouldn't know that.
That's we talked about this before. The NBA media, they have to do their job as well.
Like Jokic had a historic season. You ain't really hear much about that.
Yeah, well, more of, Jokic don't deserve the MVP. Yeah, like, Jokic is the worst MVP.
What freaking league media members is bashing the MVP?
Like,
where do you see that at?
NFL, they don't really take the MVP award.
Everyone knew Aaron Rodgers should have won an MVP.
The MVP award isn't as prestigious in the NFL as it is in the NBA, which is interesting. Like people don't really look at the MVP in the NFL like, oh my God, like it's an amazing accomplishment because I know Tom Brady. He won like 2 or 3 MVPs. Peyton Manning won like 5 or 6 of them, but nobody's saying, "Oh my God, Peyton Manning is better than Tom Brady because he has way more MVPs." So they look more into like Super Bowls, obviously, and all pros. I know that. So MVPs is not as big, and so, but yeah, NFL they just do a better job when it comes to marketing. And it's interesting because 2016 finals game 7, I think it had it was like top 5 in like viewership. It was like 31 million views, right? And so I'm wondering how can they get back to that point?
Have the team with the best record in league history blow another 3-1 lead.
And then also the Lakers versus the Celtics game 7, 2010, they had like 28 million viewers. That was like top 10, number 10 in viewership. It comes down to marketability. It comes down to why should I care about this product? And that's why you see all the rule changes. You see Adam Silver's trying to implement different things to make it more fun to watch, to make it more interesting.
Yes, thankfully they implemented the take foul rule.
Oh my God.
Goodness.
That was
such a needed change. I was so sick and tired of fast breaks being stopped because people was too lazy to get back on defense.
I think the NBA is starting to get in a good place in terms of the super teams not being as
prevalent.
Yeah, not as prevalent. You see with the Nets and them. I think it was a good thing that the Nets, that sort of thing, fell apart, because if they would have won a championship the year that the Milwaukee Bucks won the chip, where they had Kyrie, where they had Harden and Durant, and they barely played one another, and just they won a chip, it would have been a disaster. I was literally rooting against them winning the championship. And Stephen A. said it would be bad for basketball if they win the chip. And I agree, because then other teams would think, we could do the same thing. We could do something similar. Just get guys together. It doesn't matter about the chemistry. It doesn't matter about if they like each other or not. As long as they're talented, those guys, we're going to win the chip.
And that's what I hope doesn't happen to the NFL, because the Rams just won. It's like they bought their ring. And I hope no NFL teams try to follow that model, because, oh, brother.
Yeah, it'll be a disaster. Especially now the Bucks are sort of, I wouldn't say doing it similarly, but they are acquiring, they have been acquiring like a lot of players the past few years, with Tom Brady being in there and stuff, like Ndamukong Suh, what was it? Even though Shade McCoy was washed, Shade McCoy, Leonard Fournette, all these other guys, Gronk and stuff. And so we're seeing a pattern. Like I've been like the Rams, the Chargers,
through free agency.
Yeah, they really being. I remember the Eagles when they won a chip. Remember, I think they acquired Alshon Jeffrey. I forgot who else, but they've trying to get guys in free agency, really paying attention to free agency. So NBA, get it together. Adam Silver, please do something. Please.
Yeah.
But I have something else I want to ask you.
I seen a tweet, and it was talking about how Adam Silver. He said Adam Silver was ruining the league because he's adding trying to the play-in scheme. He said he was ruining the league because he was implementing the play-in tournament and then the mid-season tournament.
I was like, man, what are you talking about? And then
and then he said the summer league MVP and the summer league rings, and I'm like, I'm trying to think. I'm like,
I like it, because he's trying to create more intrigue.
Yeah.
At least he's doing something. It's not like, oh, we're just gonna sit here and not do nothing. Like he's actually trying to do something.
I hope they don't do no mid-season tournament. That'd be stupid.
Well, what would be the reward? That's my question. Would it be, they get the number 1 seed, or they get a I don't know, first round bye or something? Like, what would be the qualifications?
There's a mid-season tournament for the number 1 seed. What's the point of the season record then?
Do they get a extra first round pick?
Players aren't going to play hard for the possible replacement.
So it'll be interesting to see. Probably, is it money? Like what is it?
I don't know.
What is it? So yeah, I like what Adam Silver is doing.
Do you believe the play-in tournament is arbitrary competition? Because no play-in team has made it out of the first round. So is it really? Is it just there to create more playoff views and hype?
Yeah, I think it does, and then you get more money and all that other stuff. I
So
think
so
I
it's
like
so
it.
it's not so it's artificial competition.
Probably, but I like it. I enjoy
I
it.
mean, them player games was pretty fun.
Yeah, especially with they had Atlanta, you had Cleveland, you had the Hornets and the Hawks. That was horrible. Yeah, that's why they fired the coach. But overall, I enjoy the playing tournament. I think it's a great addition because you create more urgency for some of the players, the 9th, the 10th seed, the 8th seed, and the 7th seed, especially with Patrick Beverly, what he did against the Clippers. Like, you're gonna
And then
have
they
moments
shipped
like
them
that.
off.
Oh
which
my
was
God, they shipped them off. That was insane. Wow. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that, but that's just hilarious that you just give your all for an organization and then all of a sudden they trade you away to Utah of all teams. So yeah, that's just crazy. But let me ask you this: what 2 all-time great NBA players you wish like played with one another?
I'm gonna say
They had to be in the same, like, obviously you're not going to say like Bill Russell and Kobe or something. No, they had to play in the same era. I already have my answer.
Jordan and Kobe.
Jordan and Kobe, but Kobe was younger. He wasn't established.
Oh, I thought you
yet.
meant like. Oh, okay. So what you? What is the question exactly?
So like, what 2 all-time great players in their prime?
Like we could see play against each other.
No,
at the
play
biggest stage?
with each other.
Oh, with each other.
You wish played
Oh.
with each other at the time. Like, for instance, let's say,
I
wish,
get what you're saying.
I
All
wish
right.
LeBron and KD would have played one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that.
Ooh,
Who you wish?
I'm gonna say Steph and Giannis.
Steph and Giannis.
That'd be insane.
Why you? Oh, why? Explain.
Okay, you literally have the extremes of both ends of the offense. You got Giannis being the paint guy, bully ball, and then you got Steph being the long range sniper. You know, great playmaker, facilitator. You know how many alley oops would be thrown just because they left Giannis trying to guard Steph at the 3. Man, that'd be insane.
Yeah, me personally, it would be LeBron and Kobe. Like, I would love to see that happen because I think that the one guy where I could say that equally loves the game of basketball as Kobe would probably be LeBron, because LeBron is just his intelligence, his know-all for the game of basketball is just second to none. Like, him and Kobe, they would have just clicked together, because I think one of the things with Kobe is that he respects people that put in the work, put in the time, that love the game as much as he did. And that's why him and Shaq eventually sort of had a falling out, because he wasn't committed as much. He was coming in to training camp out of shape and stuff, even though he was extremely talented, top 10 player all time. So I think those 2 guys, man, it would have been amazing. Just seeing the clips from USA Basketball in like 2008, him and LeBron talking and just talking about their basketball knowledge. Man, whew, my God, the league would have been scary. But obviously, Kobe, he's a competitor. LeBron is a competitor. They want to be the best, so it wouldn't have happened.
Imagine if Magic and Jordan played with each other.
Oh, man. That would have been scary, too. Both of them, they love the game. They love the game. They both like the nightlife as well. Even though Jordan don't want to admit it, we already know about the gambling. And Magic, we don't want to go down that road, but he's been through, if you seen Winning Time, you know how he is.
Freakazoid.
Yeah, freakazoid. But yeah, Kobe and LeBron, Kobe would have loved playing with LeBron, because
I think Steph LeBron would be
that would be a good one.
Crazy.
That would be a good one too. Kobe, they both complement themselves very well, right? Because Kobe, he could just focus on scoring and defense, and LeBron, he's a pass first guy. He can get his triple doubles. It's like Jordan and Pippen, but just better. Literally, just better. Because Pippen, he was a guy who initiated the offense. He could get a triple-double, get your rebounds, and also guard your best player. Now, LeBron, I don't know if he's going to do that, but he's just a better overall player than Pippen. And him and Kobe, just LeBron, his leadership, he's also a leader as well. Kobe, he eventually became a leader. Both have, like, sort of different personalities, but they still work well. I would have loved it, man. Man. Kobe and LeBron, dude, just going full court, dunking on everybody. Oh my God, that would have been crazy. But what is there anything else that has sort of transpired that you would like to talk about?
Let me think.
Has anything happened in the NFL? I don't think anything's really.
No, not really. NFL's been pretty tame, which is suspicious.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, the only thing
haven't heard no updates about the Deshaun Watson
the only thing
thing
that's happened was Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah, Baker Mayfield. He got traded to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Ooh,
like let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So Baker Mayfield got traded to the Panthers, and we already know Sam Darnold is on the Panthers. So it's very interesting that you have two guys that in the same draft class that were drafted
top 3 picks,
1 and 3
end up on the same team.
So they're going to be competing with one another. And
that draft class low key
garbage.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like, how's that going to work?
Like, what was that? The 2018?
Yeah, 2018. Yep.
You can keep talking. I'm gonna just look this.
Yeah, that's just so weird that those two guys are on the same team competing for the starting spot. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Like, will Baker be the starter? Cause I don't know. Cause Sam Darnold, he's obviously more talented than Baker, but he hasn't.
This draft class is pretty good.
He just hasn't been as productive as Baker. But you can contribute that to the lack of talent that he's had. But then he goes to Carolina. He has a few good wide receivers. His offensive line isn't good, but he has a solid running back in McCaffrey, and he just didn't produce. So it'll be interesting.
Sam Darnold, he just don't got it in him.
Yeah, he doesn't have that mentality.
Yeah,
and then
he's seeing ghosts, like, huh?
And then Baker Mayfield, he's delusional. He's delusional.
He thinks he's better than what he actually is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's good to have confidence.
But that man tried to do that high step. That was the funniest play I've ever seen. He tried to do a little high step and went nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you see it playing out? Who do you think is gonna get the starting job? Who's gonna be the backup?
I think Baker will get the job. But I apologize for saying that it's low-key trash. It is a bunch of great players in this draft class. But I digress. Oh, you want me to name some? Okay, they had, obviously, Saquon is supposed to be good. Denzel, Bradley Chubb, Quentin Nelson, Josh Allen, Roquan Smith, Minka, Vita Vea, Derwin James, Jair, Frank Ragnow, DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, Lamar, Nick Chubb, Darius Leonard, Ronald Jones is solid, Corn Sullins is solid, Mike Gesicki solid. Let's see, Christian Kirk, he just got paid. Dallas Goedert solid. Yeah, this draft class was that Jesse Bates, DJ Chark, James Washington. Bunch of guys in that draft class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just the QBs besides Allen
it's just
and
the
Lamar.
The first 3 picks was like, yikes, though.
Yeah, just looking at it back now, man. How awful. How just awful, man.
What a fall from grace.
Yeah, Lamar, we already know how great he is. He was
I wonder how Robbie Anderson feels about the Baker Mayfield acquisition.
Not too well, because he wasn't a fan of them trading for Baker Mayfield in the first place.
He kind of backpedaled on I Am Athlete. He was like, "Oh, I was just saying because not Josh. Wait, is his name Josh? Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was, oh, that's my guy." I was like, "We know what you meant, man. Don't try to play us like we slow."
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
I think Baker Mayfield, he just wins off talent alone. He's more talented.
He's more talented, you think? I don't know. I feel like Sam
He's
Darnold has a better arm.
Baker has shown me more than Sam Darnold.
But he's going to be playing with less talent now. that Browns team
Carolina's
has a lot of
just in a bad
talent.
position at this
They
point.
are. Like I said, why didn't they draft Justin Fields? Still question mark to this day. Even though I like the cornerback that they drafted, I just don't understand why would you not take a quarterback when you need a quarterback.
Yeah.
And you're going to trade for Sam Darnold, who hasn't proved anything. Played for the Jets. We already know Jets QBs. Like, when was the last time a Jet QB was good? Like, none.
A QB drafted by the Jets, or just a QB that played for the Jets?
A QB was good on the Jets.
What's his name? Butt fumble. He was all right.
Mark Sanchez?
He was in.
Mark
Didn't
Sanchez.
they make the playoffs with
They did, but in spite of him. Like, come on now. He was pretty much on Baker Mayfield's level. He's pretty much Baker Mayfield for the Browns in 2020, I think it was. So, I'm not sold.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on no Jets QB. Sorry, Zach Wilson.
I think Zach Wilson could take a leap.
How big of a leap?
Enough of a leap to where he won't get fired or traded.
Okay.
They also said they said Jimmy Garoppolo is going to come back and start throwing soon because I think he had surgery or something. So I'm like, I haven't heard anything from the 49ers.
It's been so quiet.
Yeah, like they've been keeping everything in house about Debo, Trey Lance, and everything.
Yeah, what is going on with? We said this before. What is going on with Trey Lance?
What are they cooking?
What is going on? Like, I need to know. 49ers reporters, where y'all at? We need some reporting. We need to know.
They haven't been saying. They've been saying Nathaniel nothing.
Just quiet, bro. Just quiet.
Yeah, the NFL has been just very quiet. Like a lot of teams, you just haven't. Like I haven't been hearing anything about the rookies, how they performed in the OTAs, and I haven't heard nothing.
It's been silent.
I think they just letting the NBA cook a little bit until they completely take over come the fall.
I don't know. This is the first time in a minute that this is really happening.
I've been seeing more tennis stuff than NFL.
WWE, AEW.
Tennis is actually, I like tennis.
You do?
Yeah, I'm starting to get it. It's pretty simple to follow.
It is. It's not complicated.
The matches are long, though. I didn't think tennis matches was that long.
Yeah, tennis matches do be taking a long time.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch it. But what else do you want to sort of discuss?
I want to get your thoughts on, go back to NBA. How you feel about Scottie Pippen Jr. and Sharif's performances?
I forgot about that. Well, first of all, Sharif, he should have stayed in college because he's not good. He's not ready for the big leagues. I'm sorry. Your dad was right, Sharif. He knew. Listen to your dad. He's all-time great. Listen to your dad. But you didn't want to. You wanted to be stubborn. You think that, I got to work out with the Lakers. That means I can make it. No, Sharif. No. And now.
He's worse than LiAngelo?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And LiAngelo didn't even get no
LiAngelo he could probably come off, be the end of the bench guy for somebody. Team.
That's because
he got a jumper.
I think that's what it is. But he didn't get no PT for the Hornets.
Yeah.
He didn't get no PT in the summer league, so that's concerning. LiAngelo just needs to go overseas, try to play, develop, and maybe 3-4 years from now he'll be able to get to the league because he's not getting no PT. If you're not getting no PT in summer league, then that's concerning. But Scottie Pippen Jr., I love what he is doing in summer league. His just ability to pass the ball. He has great nose. He has great nose for like just where the ball is. Like I remember I watched the Las Vegas, the first game I think it was, and he was just tripping the ball. He just knew how to get turnovers and stuff. He's able to get in the fast break, whatever, and dish it out to his teammates. And he could also score a little bit, shoot a basketball. He looks like a good addition for the Lakers. He really does. I get it's the summer league, but I don't know. Every time a Laker guard has balled out in the summer league, it seems like it translates in the NBA to me. Alex Caruso with Josh Hart, with even Lonzo at times. So I like what I see with Scottie Pippen Jr. That's why Mac McClung went to the Warriors, because he saw what Scottie Pippen Jr. was doing and realized that, they're not going to bring me back. So
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, he went to he's good. He's really good. He's been balling too, but I just think what Scottie Pippen Jr. brings is he's not just a scorer. Like, he's a guy that can actually make your team better from all three different levels: defense, offense. playmaking. So he'll definitely be really good for us. I don't know if he's going to play for us. It remains to be seen, but I think in the future, maybe a year or two from now, he'll definitely contribute for the Lakers. So I'm happy about it. And he's the son of a famous NBA player.
You mean a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, famous Hall of Famer. So that he has that there. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, my standouts for the summer league thus far, I'm gonna go with Paolo. I'm gonna go Jaden Ivey. I remember the Mavs. Jaden Hardy.
Yeah, Jaden Hardy.
Go him. I'm gonna go. Keegan Murray had a good.
Yeah, he was good. He was good, solid. Yeah.
Did I put Jalen Duran on there?
Jalen, he didn't really go off though.
Yeah, okay.
He didn't really go off.
Let's see who else has really been.
I know the guy at Indiana. His first game, he was Benedict something.
Yeah, he went off.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody else? I'm trying to think right now. I haven't really been paying too much attention. I've been seeing like things posting, and whenever it was on the TV, I'd look up every now and then.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it in terms of like the young players that was really going crazy. I can't think of anybody else that was going crazy besides those guys, the top guys, obviously, in the NBA draft. So I think you got it right. What's interesting about free agency is that people are just standing by, waiting for the Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving news to sort of pop up, seeing what they're going to do. Because there's a lot of talented players still in free agency, like DeAndre Ayton. I forget the list, but there's just a lot of really good players still out there. So I don't know, man. I just feel like with the Suns, they need to do something about DeAndre Ayton. I get you're waiting for Kevin Durant, but if you're not going to give him Devin Booker, the Nets are not going to bite. They're not going to bite.
They got to fold eventually.
Yeah, so. I mean, I would do the same thing the Suns are doing. I wouldn't give him Devin Booker.
I wouldn't either.
Matter of fact, let me
What's
ask you.
What's the point of trading for KD if I got to give up my superstar player?
Let me ask you this question. Out of all the stars in the NBA, who wouldn't you trade for Kevin Durant?
Who wouldn't I trade?
Yeah.
I'm not trading Ja. I'm not trading Tatum. I'm not trading Book. I'm not trading
Edwards.
Ant-Man is my guy.
You can't trade Ed.
I don't
Edwards.
think I ain't trading.
What about Cat?
Heck yeah. See ya.
He's young.
See ya.
He's a stretch
See
big
ya.
too. Okay. He played pretty good defense in the playoffs.
See ya.
Okay. All right. Who else?
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go through the players. Trae Young for KD. I'm not giving up.
You're not giving up Trae?
Just because of the youth factor.
Youth
plays a big part.
What about Zion? When healthy, he's like 27 and 6.
I got to bank on the health factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of Zion.
What about guys that haven't become stars but have the potential like an Evan Mobley?
No, you gotta develop those guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Scotty Barnes. I'm not getting rid of Scotty Barnes either.
I see. So the young guys that,
because you gotta really think about it. Are you really a Kevin Durant away from winning a championship? That's what it really boils down. And a lot of these teams aren't a Kevin Durant away from winning a championship.
So you don't think Toronto was one Kevin Durant away from competing for a championship?
Yeah, but not at the expense of Scotty Barnes.
I see. So like, let's say they give up like Pascal and OG.
I wouldn't give rid of Pascal either.
Really? Seriously?
OG can go, but
Pascal, you
wouldn't give up guy. Like you can't get rid. Like that was where the majority of your buckets was going. Give him Gary Trent, OG, and Chris Boucher or something. Make it in some picks and make it work.
You wouldn't give up Pascal? Was he? Did he even make the All-Star team last year?
No.
You telling me you wouldn't give up Pascal Siakam for Kevin Durant?
And then you have like no bigs.
Okay, you could just get somebody free agency.
Oh, brother, you ain't getting the Pascal Siakam in free agency.
Okay, but you're
Miles
not
Turner,
getting.
the closest you'll get.
You're not. That's pretty damn good. Shit.
But then you'll have to give up more assets to get him.
I'm just saying, like Pascal, Kevin Durant.
You just said you value wings and bigs the highest, but you just willingly give away a higher end big for KD.
Yeah, because Kevin Durant is that guy. For Pascal Siakam, you telling me
you gotta look at it. You looking at it from this ain't 2K. You gotta look at the whole team build.
I understand that, but Pascal Siakam, what is he, a 4?
He plays 4 and 5.
He's a 4? Bro, I like Pascal, but all that spinning and stuff, that's cool, but it's Kevin Durant, bro. You got to take a chance on Kevin Durant. If they're not going, if the Nets say, all right, we don't want Scotty, we'll take Pascal. You telling me right now, you gonna say, nah, we ain't giving you Pascal when he has 4 years on his deal? He has 4 years on his deal. You got Kevin Durant for 4 years, and we already know that star players, their shelf life is a lot longer than it is in previous years. Dude averaged 30 last year, man.
And did what in the playoffs?
Come on now, let's be real. We already know what happened in the regular season with the whole drama with Kyrie Irving and James Harden. Not giving them pass, but a lot of things happen. But he's going to be in an environment that's structured with a coach, with one of the best coaches in the NBA. I'm just saying. Come on now. Think about it for a minute. Actually, don't think about it. Why are you thinking about it? Put Kevin Durant in a...
I'm putting myself in a Raptors GM and fan perspective.
My son, Jerry. Who cares about the fan? Man, screw the fans.
Okay.
Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam or Kevin Durant. They traded DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard, for crying out sake, and they won a chip. DeMar DeRozan was a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Think about it, man.
I mean, obviously.
They traded Kyle Lowry.
Anywho, think about it. If I'm banking on, if I can't get rid of Scotty because he's on my untouched, I guess you got to get rid of Pascal.
Thank you. You see what I'm saying?
I'd rather bank on the ceiling of Scotty and KD rather than the ceiling of
Pascal and KD.
Yeah.
Because Pascal, he's already reached the ceiling. I don't think he's going to get any better than that. So that's why I'm like, why wouldn't you trade him? Especially, like, we already know what he's going to be. We know who he's going to be. Like, it's not going to be Scotty Barnes. GMs comparing this man to, like, Giannis.
I don't know about all that.
Which is kind of crazy, by the way. But I'm just saying that's how like big of a ceiling that some of these scouts have for Scotty Barnes. So me personally, I would do the deal. But yeah, Kevin Durant, I just don't understand what the Nets are thinking when it comes to Kevin Durant, his value, because he's 34 years old. He's had multiple injuries, big injuries. So he's been out for a lot of time. Like they say Anthony Davis is street clothes, but you can say the same thing for Kevin Durant. He's been in street clothes too. So yeah, I guess that's your list. Would you trade Joel Embiid?
No.
What about Jokic?
Heck no.
What about Anthony Davis?
Heck yeah. Get him out of here.
Okay, what about I'm trying to think. Jaylen Brown? Yeah. I wonder why the Celtics aren't trying to get Kevin Durant.
I wouldn't risk it.
Because
you think about the East, what the Nets breaking up, they would be weaker. So do you really need the extra? You know what I'm saying? Only comp the Celtics got to worry about for real is the Bucks. So does it really require that much?
What about Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler is he really young though? But,
no, I'm just.
You're just saying. Jimmy Butler for KD. In regards to the Heat, no.
What about Kawhi? Would you trade Kawhi for KD?
Heck no.
Paul George?
Yes.
See, that's why I'm wondering why the Clippers not doing. Okay. Who else? Who else would?
I think the salaries. I don't know if they match up.
They don't match up.
I don't know. Paul George.
I
think they just want to run it back because I think they want to do right by Paul George because they promised him and Kawhi this. So yeah. And the reason why Kawhi went to the Clippers was because they was able to get Paul George.
That's true. I feel like
I'd trade Brandon Ingram for KD.
That's the thing I'm wondering with the Pelicans. I guess because they just think they're not.
I think they want to go young. I
think they don't think they're like one player away yet. They still need time to get those players
Man,
developed.
they can make some noise if Zion comes back and do what he's supposed to do.
I agree. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Courtside View podcast. Remember to follow the socials.
Comment, like, subscribe. Click the subscribe. You probably think, I'm not subscribed. I see the video. No, you're not subscribed. Click the subscription.
Yeah, definitely. And stay tuned for more content. We'll be putting out more content, so we definitely enjoy that.
It's about to be a whole makeover, but I ain't going to say too much.
Yeah. We're going to keep that under wraps for now. But thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you guys later.
Peace.
I wasn't looking for you. I wasn't